Hey everybody, Kyle Goeth here from GoatFilmReviews.com and the Goat Film Reviews YouTube channel, and I've just gotten back from a screening of Anora. This is the new Sean Baker film starring Mikey Madison as exotic dancer Anora. She goes by Annie. She prefers Annie, who falls in love with Ivan, or I guess I should say, goes on kind of a whirlwind romance with Ivan after becoming his paid girlfriend for a while. The two get married, and then Ivan's parents, who are very big in something going on in Russia, I feel like they kind of give us answers, but don't really give us answers. His parents find out about the marriage and try to annul it. This is a film of two halves. The first half is very traditionally like, he's got money and he takes care of me, and I care about him in that way, kind of a whirlwind romance, if you will, very Pretty Woman-esque. And then there's definitely a sharp turn when the parents discover what's going on and send Toros to go and annul the marriage, basically, make sure that that does not stay with what it is. Full disclosure, Sean Baker, I've seen one of his movies. I saw The Florida Project. I did not love The Florida Project. I thought the performances were good, but I just did not care for that movie very much. This being the second Sean Baker film I've seen, I like this one quite a bit, actually. So it kind of re-energizes me with the Sean Baker world, where I do want to check out some of his films that I missed. He just definitely has a style. He kind of works with some, I guess he works with this element of trying to like peel back layers on society and view kind of the people that we look down on in a lot of ways, or view the people that we don't think about their lives. And I think that's what he's doing with this film. It's what he did with The Florida Project as well. And I think he's more successful in Anora. I think Mikey Madison turns in an excellent performance. I liked what little bit we got to see of her in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I really enjoyed her character in Scream 5. Mikey Madison's performance is fantastic in the film. I really like how she plays the character, because in a lot of ways, she seems very traditionally like, you know, she doesn't have a lot of people looking out for her, so she's always had to kind of look out for herself. And that's what she's doing here as well. And I think when she meets Ivan and kind of sees the way he cares about her, it does awaken something in her that she really hasn't felt in a while. And I think that as the other shoe starts to drop and the kind of Russian family gets involved and tries to tear them apart, we see her really going through quite a range of emotions as she's systematically kind of broken down by what's going on around her. I think it's a fantastic performance. I think there's a lot of solid performances around her, but like hers is the epicenter. Hers is the one to watch. Sean Baker's writing is rather fascinating here, because he does make that switch about halfway through, and the film does become a little bit of an absurdist comedy in some ways. Not truly absurdist, but like things definitely get over the top, and they do become unreality based for a large portion of the second half. And she's kind of got this frustrating, like, I want to say it's like a mobster guy, but she's got this guy that basically, Igor, that's been like tasked with making sure she doesn't escape while they try and locate her husband to do this annulment. And there's a fascinating kind of give and take there of what's going on around them. And I think it goes into some places I did not expect that kind of strained relationship to go as the film goes on. It's really a movie where I think the people I thought I would like at the end, I didn't. And the people I thought I would not like at the end, I did. Other than Anora, who I pretty much enjoyed. I enjoyed that performance and that character so much. Everything around it kind of changed and evolved, but my respect for the character and the actress never changed. I really found that to be fascinating. The movie is a lot of fun, but it's also extremely tense in some weird ways, where like you don't always feel the tension, but you know it's there bubbling under the surface. And it has one of the best final shots and one of the best finales that I've seen in a movie this year. It completely caught me off guard. It went to a place I didn't expect. Leaving the theater, I had seen a little bit of an interview with Sean Baker where he kind of described where the finale was going for him, and it was really fascinating seeing how his brain kind of worked around that problem, and how his interpretation of the ending was far different than my interpretation of the ending. And I like my interpretation better. Sean, deal with it. But overall, yeah, the movie is fascinating. It's very well put together. I will say, this movie runs about 2 hours and 19 minutes, and I do not think this is a 2 hour and 19 minute movie. I think this is a 2 hour movie that just feels like it's got a little bit too much kind of padded in on it. I know, Goku, I got you. The first hour does feel like it's got a little bit of meanderingness to it, and maybe it's because it's kind of going down a more traditional path, so until that makes that swap out, it doesn't feel as effective. But then the movie tends to build off itself really nicely and become something wholly unique. So, I do think the film has some pacing issues. I do think it's a little bit too long, but overall I liked it, and I definitely would recommend you check out Anora, directed by Sean Baker. So go ahead and see that film, then come on back and let me know your thoughts on Anora down in the comments section below. While you're down there, please make sure to like and subscribe. There are 2 free things you can do that help support the channel immensely, and you never miss new episodes of the show as they drop. You can also check out GoatFilmReviews.com for my many written reviews. You can check out Goat Film Reviews on Facebook. You can follow me personally at Almighty Goatman on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and Threads. And you can find the Minnesota Film Critics Alliance link down in the description of this video for other film critics reviews of Anora, as well as other films. And hey, more of my stuff's there too. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.